Wow. Thank you for the, good morning. Good morning. All right. Well, on that note, this is actually a really interesting, this actually ties into what you just said. And that is, how many of you ever thought the idea that you just want to get through your day? Right? You just want to get through it, or hear somebody say that, right? And maybe that's today based on what John just said, all right? But I heard a really interesting quote yesterday. It was from Jim Rohn, who was a motivational speaker who passed away. And the quote was, don't get through your day, get from your day. And it's just an interesting perspective around that. And so I thought, sounds great, but what are some ways you can get from your day, right? How can you still have a great day even though you're just trying to get through the day, trying to survive? So I thought about 5 things you can do to get from your day versus just through your day. The first thing is, sometimes when we're in a bad mood, we can tend to get upset very easily. And so the idea is, don't get mad, get curious about things. If somebody upsets you, don't get mad back at them. Just think, I wonder why they're thinking that way. I wonder why that happened. I wonder what they're going through. The second thing is, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's by Dr. Wayne Dyer. So sometimes when you look at things differently, it's amazing how things can be different. It's the whole idea of the glass being half full versus half empty. It's a mindset that you have. The third thing is, take someone else's viewpoint. Oftentimes when we're trying to get through our day, we get dug into our own perspective on things. And this is just a great reminder to think, what is the other person thinking? What is the other person going through? Another thing is be fascinated. I met with a gentleman yesterday, and he had a stroke, a few years ago, and he lost movement in his right arm, and he couldn't even touch his nose. Well, he's a man of faith, and he prayed, and things worked out for him. And he showed me how he can now touch his nose. And he said, I am now fascinated by things. When I see someone walking, when I see the ability to sit in a room like this and hang out with friends and current and business owners and learn and grow with them, that's fascinating. When I see a group that can generate $1.2 million, $1.3 million, that's fascinating. So be fascinated. The fifth thing is, make a positive difference in someone else's life. I'll share this quick story and I'll be done. I was in a bad mood one day. I drove to Orange County. I stopped at McDonald's in the morning. I was really pissed off about something, whatever it was. Maybe my wife, whatever, something happened. So, something happened like that.
It was him.
And so I go to McDonald's, I order food, and they're nice and friendly. I'm just like, have you had the experience where just give me my food? I don't have time for all this niceness. And so I'm being a little bit rude, which is not typical, but I was rude that morning. So I get my food, and I noticed there's an extra apple pie and extra, small French fry in the bag. And I'm mad about it. I'm like, this is not what I ordered. And she goes, sir, you look like you're in a bad mood, like you need to have a better day. That's from me to you. And I literally had a totally different change of perspective, and I went off to work. And thankfully, that changed because remember this, if you go around in a bad mood, there's your trickle effect that affects everybody in front of you and everybody else around you. And so that little moment right there changed everything. So do something nice and make a positive difference in someone else's life, and that can help you get from your day versus just trying to get through your day. And that's our network training for today. Thank you very much.